Manchester United back in action to face Leeds. Now, these are going to be your 5 things to expect from the game. We'll be talking predicted team, Leeds, as well, and we'll have a kind of pre-match thoughts before the game. So let's get into it. So Manchester United up against Leeds. Now, the first thing we always start off by talking about is the team who's going into the game. Now, players that are out or injured, Maguire suspended for the game, so he won't be able to take part obviously in the game. Dorgu's still out, De Ligt's still out. Other than that, everyone else is available. Dalot potentially could be out through illness, but there has been no update on him yet. So, let's get into the Manchester United team. Now, I think obviously Carrick will go strong. I think the team will be Lamont in goal. If Dalot is fit, he starts at right back. If not, it's probably going to be Mazraoui. Centre backs now, Yoro's definitely going to be there. Whether it's Heaven or Martinez, we don't know. Now, what we do know is Martinez has been in full training, so I expect if he's fit, Carrick to put him straight into the team. And listen, it's gutting for Maguire because he was building a very good relationship with Yoro, but it gives an opportunity for Martinez to come in. And we know Martinez's qualities. He's someone who's very good with the ball. He's physical, he's aggressive, can make a line-breaking pass. And I think, yes, with Maguire being out of the team, it gives that opportunity to Martinez. And I think he's someone who's going to take the opportunity. And as I said, his qualities are fantastic. For me, he's United's best centre-back. And I think in this game, he's going to be key defensively. So, yeah, he starts for me. Left back, Luke Shaw, obviously. Hopefully, this is a big end to the season for him. I think if he continues to play well, which he has done for large parts of the season, he will get called up to England, which will be good for him on a personal. Into midfield is obvious, Casemiro, Mainu, the trusty two. They have been two players United have heavily relied on in that midfield under Michael Carrick, and they've been two very good performers. It's going to be gutting seeing Casemiro leave, but again, it gives an opportunity for Manchester United to go out and sign another top-level player, hopefully. Now, in this game, you're going to want the quality, you're going to want dictating play from the likes of Mainu as well in there. I think set pieces are going to be key, so Casemiro on the end of headers in our box and the opposition's box is going to be key. I do probably back Casemiro to get a goal in this game. Now, the front four, Bruno in the 10, obviously is going to be key. He's someone who's chasing that goal record. He's only a few away, and I think this is a game where hopefully he can stat pad ultimately and get a few more assists. He's been brilliant for United this season, and listen, it's the big push to the end of the season where again he's going to go to the World Cup and then find out his future. But in this game, it's going to be a game where United look for Fernandes, as we've always done, but more so now in the past few games. And again, you do expect him to get a goal and an assist. Now, the front three, Sesko and Burmo Cunha. Now, Ahmad drops out. I think his performance against Bournemouth wasn't great, and I think he deserves to be on the bench for this game. If looking at the front three that start, Sesko 9 goals this season for United, on a great bit of form, scored in the past couple of games, or got a few goals here and there in the last few games for United, so he's on a bit of a high. Cunha, for me, he's been fantastic in the past few games. Villa, Bournemouth, I thought he was very good, winning the penalty and putting a few good crosses into the box. Newcastle, under Carrick, he's been fantastic and he's getting more goals, more assists, he's contributing more. The work rate's never been a problem. Now, on the other hand, we have Mbeumo, someone who hasn't really been able to find that sort of confidence and just goals in the past few games. I'm sure it will come. He's a top-level player. He's had a very good season for United so far. I think he's got 9 goals and a few assists as well. He's played in a majority, in a mixture of positions, scored in big games for United this season, and I know there's a top player in there, but just to get his confidence back, I'll take him out into that right hand side. Again, it's close between who do you start, Ahmad or Mbeumo. I think there were two players who just have been a bit off recently, but I've just given Mbeumo the nod to start over Ahmad. Now, in terms of threat in this game, I think United are going to have to be very patient in the way that we build up. The Leeds, they're very good defensively. Yes, they concede goals, but they have had quite a few 0-0s this season. And I think if we're looking at our threats, I think crosses into the box from Cunha and Mbeumo to Sesko is going to be key. Cunha's been putting a few crosses into the box, and we know Sesko loves that. And he can be someone who United get on the edge of things. I think that's going to be key. I think obviously 1v1 duels. I think set pieces are obviously going to be massive in this game to get goals. But I'm excited for the game. United versus Leeds is always a good fixture. If you look at 6-2, I remember that game where McTominay went on a mad one, scored 2 goals in 3 minutes. The first game back after COVID with full fans was 5-1. Hat-trick for Bruno Fernandes. There has been good games in there. And again, it's a very good game. It's going to be a big game. United's first game in 24 days. The fans are going to be up for it. Now, talking about Leeds, as I said, they've had quite a few draws in the past few games, and they haven't actually won in the league in a while. Their cup run has been absolutely fantastic. Like their cup form is brilliant. They've beaten West Ham, they've beaten Norwich. But in the league, as I said, their last game in the league, they drew 0-0 with Brentford. Before that, they had a 0-0 with Palace. Before that, they lost to Sunderland. And then they lost to City, drawn with Villa, drawn with Chelsea. Their last win, as I said, was on the 6th of February, beating Forest. So, again, their form isn't great. But again, away from home, their last performance away from home, they drew in the league with Everton. So, listen, they're a team you can, and they drew with Palace. They're a team you can definitely get, and I'm sure United will look to do that. They've got obviously decent players. They're a hard team to play against. They defend well. They're physical. They're aggressive. They have that fight, and they've got, as I said, Calvert-Lewin's been brilliant for them this season. Tanaka's very, very good. You got the likes of Roden, Strauch, like physical centre backs who are very good from set pieces. Then you have, but again, they do have a few players out. I think Anton Stack, who's their main player in midfield, scored quite a few free kicks. He's a good player for them. Going to be absent from the game, so that gives that benefit from United. But as I said, Leeds are a team that towards the bottom of the table. You expect Manchester United to get the win, and that leads me on to the fourth wing. This is a massive opportunity. Chelsea lost. Villa dropped points. Like, if we win against Leeds, 10 points clear of Chelsea. Like, Champions League is going to be obviously the only thing United can achieve this season. And I think beating Leeds gets us obviously one step closer. It gets a bit more distance between Villa and obviously Chelsea. And it just solidifies that place. Like, Champions League is the key, it's the aim for Manchester United. And I'm hopeful that we can get the job done. So, yeah, Champions League is key for United. We're hopeful that we can get that done. But it's a very, very big game, and I'm hopeful just United play well, get the job done. Now, the fifth and final thing is the prediction. Now, I'm going for United win. We've been brilliant under Carrick. Yes, there's been a loss in there, but overall our performances have been brilliant. I'm going to back Manchester United to get the win. I'm going to go 3-1. I think it's going to be an exciting game. I'm just excited, as you can probably see, I've said it many times, to watch United play football. I've watched so many games since United last played where we haven't been involved, watching Champions League, watching Premier League games, Cup games, but now it's time to finally watch Manchester United. It's going to be a big game. So let me know your thoughts, score predictions in the comments.